I'm just gonna start this off by saying I used to go to a high school with an irregularly high concentration of meatballs. So this was a really small school that I used to go to, about 200 kids. And this high school, for some reason, was just like a bowl of spaghetti. And then so many kids in this bowl of spaghetti were just meatballs. Today, we're going to be talking about the king of the meatballs. Let's call him Morty. So before I get into that though, I do want to say let's aim for 150 likes. I ask you to really hit that like button. It means so much to me, and it's honestly so awesome to just log on and see a ton of likes. So if you don't usually like the videos, maybe give it a chance today, because tomorrow's my birthday, and that would be a cool birthday present. And I'm gonna milk my birthday until tomorrow and ask you to do it again tomorrow. So yeah. So Morty was kind of this weird kid, you know what I mean? Like Morty, I'm just gonna be honest, something was off with Morty, okay? He wasn't like mentally disabled per se, but something was like off in his mind, right? He wasn't in any of the mentally disabled classes, you know, he was in the, you know, normal classes and stuff, which is why I think it's okay for me to tell this story and kind of make fun of him. And I don't know, he was just like totally weird. So anyway, this kid was like pretty short, right? He used to wear Hawaiian collared shirts. You know those Hawaiian shirts that used to be in style for a while, and people thought they were just like the coolest shit ever? Well, this kid never got the memo that they stopped being cool. And one other thing about him, like, he always smelled like chili cheese dogs. So you know those people that have a really specific smell? That was this kid. Little chili cheese dogs came out of his sweat pores. I swear to God, because he'd walk by and it'd be this really raunch, nasty chili cheese dog smell just emitting off this little dude's body, right? So like I said, he was pretty fucking weird, and I only luckily had one class with this kid, right? So it was called game design, where you basically just read out of a book and, you know, kind of jotted down code that the book gave you. You didn't really even do anything. In fact, I've talked about this classroom before, and part of this classroom is set up in just a rectangular bit of computers, and then right in the middle there's this just block of computers because there was an outlet there, right? So anyway, I sat in that little middle part with myself, and then one of my friends was sitting to the left of me, and this little Morty dude fucking smelled like chili cheese dogs every day. Just, you know, walked by me, and it was like a fucking Sonic just chilling right next to me, and he was next to these three really hot girls, like the only hot girls in this class, who were pretty much just in this class to get a free A, kind of like me. So anyway, the girls sat there, and Morty at the beginning of the year kind of forced himself into this, you know, sort of section together. And just kind of a little story about Morty, you know, kind of trailing away from the total main story. Morty used to do this thing where he would randomly just say in the middle of class, "I am sweating," right? And I could not help but laugh my ass off whenever this kid would just kind of like yell that "I am sweating," right? And of course the teacher in that classroom thought he was spesh, but he actually wasn't spesh. And so he was allowed to just yell "I am sweating," and I would just laugh my dick off, and he would see me laughing and it would encourage him to do it again. So yeah. Anyway, these three really hot girls, right? You know, they would always get into conversations and start talking and everything. And one of them would like kind of tell a joke or something, and Morty would kind of just be listening, and he'd just start laughing uncontrollably while these girls are just telling jokes amongst themselves. Like one would just be like, "Oh, my pussy farted yesterday," and Marty would just be like, "Ha ha ha ha," not even like a real laugh, just this weird like, "Oh my God, someone stuck their finger in my butt and I can't be angry about it" laugh. Like that's the only way I could explain it, and it was so weird, and the girls would just like look at him and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, Morty?" So anyway, Morty would just somehow insert himself into the conversation every time. Like, we know someone like this. Everyone knows a conversation inserter. everyone knows one. You know, the girls would be talking about Barbies or some shit, and Marty would come in and tell them about his collection of like 8,000 Barbies and stuff like that. And it was just like so weird. And it got to the point where, you know, I knew he wasn't special and he was being really annoying, and I'd actually just want to get my work done and, you know, work on homework that I didn't finish the previous night. But this motherfucker Morty just wouldn't shut up ever. And, you know, the girls couldn't move because there wasn't even very many spots open where the three of them could sit together. In fact, there were probably none at the time. And so they were kind of stuck next to Chili Cheese Dog Morty. So one day, you know, the girls are laughing about and having a good time and stuff. And Morty, you know, of course, is doing his normal creepy ass Morty shit, right? And one of the girls is kind of just, you know, telling a joke, thinking she's funny and shit, or something like that. Maybe she was just talking, I don't know. Anyway, so after she says what she says, which I couldn't even recall what it was, Morty just kind of reaches his arm over, puts it around, you know, the girl's shoulder and everything, and he's like, "You are just so funny," in like the creepiest way, right? And I'm kind of just looking back a little bit because we have swervy chairs in the middle section. And so I was just looking back and I just noticed that Morty was being his creeper self. And I was just like, dude, stop. Like, I didn't say that, but like, she gave him a look. She's like, "Thanks, Morty." And about 30 seconds later, he still hasn't moved his arm. His arm is still awkwardly around this girl. And of course, this bitch is way too nice to say anything, and I see the opportunity and I take it. I'm like, okay, you know, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be like, "Morty, stop it," and I'm gonna earn some mad brownie points, or in this case, some pussy points. You know what I'm saying? So I turn around and I'm like, "Yo, Morty, don't put your hand around her. Like, that's not cool, bro." And he's like, "Seriously, Christian? Seriously?" And let me just say, before I say this next part, everyone in my school knew about my YouTube channel, and they do now, and I'm sure there's someone watching right now at my school, so hi to you. Anyway, Morty knew about my YouTube channel and had actually like watched my videos or something. At one point, you know, he talked to me about, you know, my YouTube videos and stuff, and I would just kind of, you know, like push it aside because I wasn't really gonna talk to creepy ass Morty about my YouTube channel, which at the time I wasn't making videos all that often and I wasn't super into it. But anyway, Morty stands up and he looks at me, and he's not like yelling, but he's in a sort of like loud tone voice, right? The teacher luckily had his headphones on, or else he would have heard this because the teacher was editing the big class project he had for another class. And Morty's like, "If you don't stop, I will hack your YouTube channel and you'll never log on to it again." I kid you not. Morty, who I've probably said like 3 words to in my entire life, tells me that he's going to hack my YouTube channel, right? Probably not 3 words, more like 100 words at the most talking about my YouTube channel. And I'm just like, dude, please don't do that, right? And my friend's sitting next to me and he's just laughing his ass off, right? My friend is absolutely losing his shit. And I'm just trying not to crack up. I'm like, "Morty, I'm sorry, dude. Please don't do that." And he just sits down and he's in his chair and he's like, "Fine, I won't." And then I went back to my computer and I'm just like, did that really just happen? Oh my God, Morty, you are just the spice of life, my friend. Anyway, that's really all that happened with Morty that semester. You know, of course he was creepy and smelled like chili cheese dogs every day, but that was about it. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, you know, leave a like, you know, leave a comment, you know, whatever you want to do, and subscribe for more, and I will see you tomorrow.